Tem aqui o nosso amigo Will está aqui na frente. Vamos conversar com ele.
There you are, my friend. Breathe deep. Can you smell it?
You take in every scent the night breeze carries. Sweet honeysuckle, tender violets, and an earthy fragrance you can't quite recognize.
Forest trees draped in moss. Bittersweet, smoky, and that faintest hint of vanilla. A far cry from the rancid Avernus heat that's been clogging my lungs. I swear, Karlach and I have felled enough cambions to build a fortress with their horns. Who'd have thought that just one of those fiends held the key to escaping Avernus for good? One of them sported a map and some blueprints. If you want all the gory details, Karlach can fill you in. She's kept me on a long leash, if you can believe it. Every target she's set me on's been a demonic intruder. Tenari assassins who slip into Avernus. Armonites that amass near the Styx. My next target's the most challenging yet, or so she says. I don't know much more. Only that it's no demon, but a devil. I'm not worried. Not when Karlach's got my back. I swear she could scare the eyes off a beholder. I've seen him more than a few times. And he's as proud of me as I am of him.
Que roupa é
He's
essa?
leading the city's renewal, opened the gates to all newcomers, rebuilt the council from scratch. And he's back in his element, commanding the Flaming Fist with brave heart and no shortage of empathy. The likes of Gortash can bend people's minds with a few chosen words. No tadpole needed. Bane's Chosen primed the Fist for a war they weren't meant to win. He convinced them there was an assassin hiding in every shadow, that cruelty was the correct answer to crisis. With a few exceptions, fathers pardoned every last fist. If my forgiveness not be Tyr's will, so be it. I shall forgive them all the same. His words, not mine. He still believes in the bow and the blade, but with Floric's help, he's teaching the Fist a new lesson. Valor is found not in the wounds you inflict, but in the lives that you have bettered. May they all take it to heart. I've missed you too. The rush of battles we fought, the heart-to-hearts, the nights around the fire, the comfort of knowing I didn't face the unknown alone. If I had to do it all over again, and I'd rather not, to be clear, I can't imagine not having you at my side. Well, that's enough hell talk for the moment. The night's young. You shouldn't go wasting it. Or wasting any of the wine for that matter. I plan on downing half a bottle myself. Oh, did I say half a bottle? I meant half a dozen.
Porra, galera, saudades disso aí.
Good song, good company, and good wine from the looks of it.
Carta oficial da guilda. Para salvadores da Costa do Velho. Daquele lente generado no computador. Somos apenas humildes aqui.
Witness has a keen eye for any nice vintage.
Por isso,
Why were we scrounging in barrels and crates for supplies when he could source things?
nós estamos com a guilda dele.
God, I remember one evening when we had to eat 14 apples, some fish heads, and a stale loaf of bread just to get by.
Calma, porra, deixa eu ler aqui. Barba. Isso aqui é interessante. Disse que poderia considerar escrever licença ainda. Não, manda que acredito que nós conseguimos news. Tira a camisa, Samuel. Ah, é verdade, tá ali, tá sem a camisa, né? Deixa eu mudar o nome do título. Ainda não zerei o Red Dead, eu vou intercalar jogando Baldur's Gate, o Remanente, ai, e outros que aparecerem. Esse aqui que eu tô jogando é o meu save do que eu zerei, e aí eles atualizaram o final, e tô vendo o que tem de bom. Fomos contratados para ajudar na construção da cidade. Nossas máquinas de vapor estão ajudando a transportar materiais. Estou bem, espero que você também esteja. Parece não é mesmo? Ó, esse cara aqui parece meu sogro. Intercalar uma mão daqui, ele é um vagabundo. Carta de arte.
A beautiful night. I wish it could last forever.
Uma luz, uma vez a leve, só que bebê pessoas. Que as velocidades são velocidades dentro. Gente, isso as ondas. Deus estar comigo quando eu fingir. Cada vez mais. Nossa, só ajuda esse tempo. Meu coração está cheio de felicidade. Caralho. Se tiver tempo para passar pela cova. Caralho. Esse cara aí. Bardinho que a gente meio que salva. Porra. Elefantinho, soluções, tu escreve. Aquelas misteriosas surgiu desse pequeno vale da fila. Claro, eu estou olhando para as pessoas.
Quite a spread of food, one comprising mostly of bone. Perhaps he wishes to live vicariously through the attendees' appetites.
Alguma dica para remover caralho, elefante filho de uma puta.
Wish I'd had time to polish up the horns.
Cala a boca. Carta de Harley. Quem que é? Desde o fim do reinado, eu vou ter a falar assim. E você. Ah, é o sucubo, caralho. Só você precisa no resto do sumido. Tá bom. Cara, o William, por trabalhar muito, tava cansado de dormir. E o Diego vai começar amanhã, às 6 horas da manhã, a trabalhar na Clabin. Aí eles não aguentaram a jogatina. Ficou um gelo com como sua carne E é quando precisamos dele, caralho. Olha, cara, eu transei com uma súcuba aqui, daí ela usa o meu corpo pra fazer sexozinho com outras criaturas. E daí toda vez que ela faz coisa, o Peter senta também. Aqui estamos as avaliações do seu corpo que meus clientes pediram para encaminhar a você. Nossa, que eu vou até tirar print. Então, tá, mano. Cara, por aqui. Nota 10. Caralho, você realmente deveria ter perdido. Parar as unhas antes de meu motivo. Ah, que isso, rapaz. Demais, não são adequados para nota 3. Pra ver se. Como? Eu vou dar uma sucubus. Deixa eu sacudir lá pelos sonhos, trabalhar, aproveito o prazer. Mas é, né? Eu tava. Porque pra mim que ela falou que ela tinha falado que era sucubo, mas faz mal. Acho que é o pai do meu esse aqui. O Diego vai trabalhar no. Quicando em mim no almoço. O skate é a causa absoluta. A cidade está depois sem sua coragem. Se ela não conhecer. Nossa, não. Mas sim, corações bons. Isso. Fechando os olhos para o Amendo. Também. Carta de Arabella. Arabella, essa aqui é. Arabella é uma. Uma vez precisando encontrar o equilíbrio onde a criação encontra o homem, não deu. Descer a regra do ser palco. Isso, não quer saber. Não é que eles estão certos, por isso que tu quer aquele. Serem na minha cabeça, tive que me entender. Então, se quer pra como eu subi isso, não sei se sabia. Depois que você. É o Elminster. Vai ser Elminster. Olha só. Arage, não lembro quem que é o Arage. É a mulherzinha que chupou que deu sangue pra chupar lá. Da casa que vivi, soube que você tinha poder. Soube que poderia ser meu. Em breve. Defenda da casa. Perigoso, nossa. Perigoso, mas não tem. Depois me guiar aí. Casa e quando. Essas das artes sanguíneas. Sebastian. Não consigo lembrar quem que é o Sebastian. Quase. Ah, lembrei. O Sebastian foi o cara que o Astarion seduziu. Meu último devido depois de matar o caçador. Surgimos para Umbra. novas vidas para aqui a escuridão nos engana. Você também não somos mais que ela. Você olhou para nós, as almas de pessoas, não monstros. E obrigado agora para sempre, Sebastian.
Beautiful night. I wish it could last forever.
Flori, que é aquela mulherzinha do... a feiticeira. Camarada. Seu valor. Ajudando aqui ainda sim, eu duvidava. Filha de uma puta. Reprovado sua coragem, no entanto eu estava mais... O que isso era um centro aqui. Então, à noite na taverna que são épica, eu vi uma roupa. E pegado, nunca ouvi. E ao mesmo tempo tão belo. Eu ergui minha voz e juntei ao coro. Foi que duas minhas luzes para esperança. Pode dizer, será?
I must be careful to not overindulge tonight, lest I lose control and slip into bear form.
Para seleção de familiar.
Withers has a keen eye for any nice vintage.
Você não esqueça da carta.
Scrounging in barrels and crates for supplies when he could source these. God, I remember one evening when we had to eat 14 apples, some fish heads, and a stale loaf of bread just to get by.
Foi muito difícil para nós. Vamos, temos muito exército. Tiros para olhar. Mas também nossos filhos aprenderam. Enquanto nós aprendemos compaixão e paciência. Vai um tempo em que a criatura morta-viva é nosso sangue ou não. Que redenção era possível. Olha, redemption. Embora possível. Salvou nossos filhos primeiro do caso aí, depois do nosso. Você ainda tem opção.
A most welcome
Como que
sight.
medo. Que caminho em paz estariam. Carta de Alfira. Ai meu Deus do céu. Ó, ela tinha que estar aqui, mano. Fala, Mizane. Desculpe
Wish I
pela
had time
demora,
to
mas.
polish up the rims.
Incrível, você sabe como. Pela canção vai ficar bem ela. Que tinha uma surpresa, ela me levou a uma casa da cidade abaixo que tinha de fora o nome de escola de música. Quando eu chorar, não conseguia acreditar. Se for porque você já viu com os passados. Meus skippers, são grados profundos. Acho que seria uma calção época para ajudar-nos. Todos nós somos um café tão feliz. Venha nos visitar algum dia, adorei. Seu amor ao puta merda, cara. Porra, que merda, cara. Eu queria muito ir lá. Dá a mão, velho. Olá. Só isso pode ficar, muito obrigado. Se você está vendo isso, quer dizer que está de outra, você deu um jeito. Penso em você, verifiquei se imaginando o que aconteceu. Escreve para mim, por favor, seu. É um Minster. Desculpa, espera. Fiquei muito feliz em saber que você voltou. Aquela coroa antes. Descobri que apenas uma linha do orbe não representa. Espero que você sinta. Por aqui tá.
fresh air. By the living gods, I need it.
Preciso ter breve depois. Vai fechar ainda. Essa vida até lá, vou chegando no meio mais escuridão até. Sempre sou sofrido. Carta de boss. E pra cá, né? Para.
Perhaps the bard knows some of my favorites. Unless my taste in music is too antique, of course.
Bora. Esteja conosco. Carta de boss.
Nice vintage. Why were we scrounging in barrels and crates for supplies when he could source booze? God, I remember one evening when we had to eat 14 apples, some fish heads, and a stale loaf of bread just to get home.
Pô, saco pra caralho. O que tá acontecendo aí que tá falando? Olha, esperança. Não tinha palavras para responder, então eu fiz em casa, constituamos que estão aqui comigo, elas eu pensei apenas assim mesmo, o arquivo é uma olhada. Não sei, mas eu sou os pés aí. Caralho, que da hora. Olha só, amigo. Tinha que ter que escrever primeiro para avaliar um pouco o fundamento de meu bebê. Tipo assim, eu botando na hora e toda mal consigo dormir mesmo.
Good song, good company, and good fun.
Tipo, icona. Vai dele. Você sabe o que dizem, escreve sobre o que você conhece. Não é apenas para ser obrigado por salvar uma jovem assustada que achava que seria. Não poderia estar mais errada. Minha conta. Chata pra caralho essa mulher, hein? 9 dias. Ih, rapaz. Coração de uma garota tem cuidado para um baile também mesmo por isso.
A beautiful night. I wish it could last forever.
O que o Zé Lord vai falar? A caligrafia tem melhorado um pouco nos últimos meses. Eita, a cidade tem tanto consigo respirar sobre isso. A própria cidade começou a tremer junto com os outros.
Withers has a keen eye for a
Por
nice
mais
vintage. Why were we scrounging in barrels and crates for supplies when he could source thieves? God, I remember one evening when we had to eat 14 apples, some fish heads, and a stale loaf of bread just to get by.
espero que vocês possam facilitar um pouco para seu amigo e o imperador. Claro, queria vampírica sobrevivente para contar a história. Aqui no som. Casa. Caralho. Nossa, cara, que da hora. Mano, tu, porra.
The whole gang is here. Wish I'd had time to polish up the horns.
Oh, eu vou lutar aqui. Destroça o trono de ferro cujo nome.
I can eat a beholder. What's cooking?
Vida boa.
Reunited with friends amidst nature. What more could I wish for?
Cobertinho. Radiante. Oh, aquele cara não é um estoque. Olha o número da torre.
Withers has a keen eye for a nice vintage. Why were we scrounging in barrels and crates for supplies when he
Uncle
could
Wong.
source
Yeah.
thieves?
Ah, my dear friend, it's been an age, has it not? You're looking very well indeed. Our skeletal friend will be very pleased to see I found my way here, despite my invitation getting lost in the post. Busy as ever. Better that than the reverse, wouldn't you say? Every major publishing house on the Sword Coast has been vying for my upcoming book on the subject of our adventures together. I've gotten quite good at replicating your signature, so you needn't even bother with the release form. You might help me with the title, though. I'm considering The Hero and Me. What do you think? Oh, terribly sorry, but you mistake me, my friend. I'm only accepting complimentary feedback at this time. Perhaps, once the manuscript is finished, you'd even be willing to write a foreword? Or better yet, I'll write a draft, and you can just sign your name. Better still, I'll sign it for you. Hmm? Ah, your success really has been wonderful for my reputation. But you mustn't let me hog your attention all night, my friend. You've many friends to chat to, and I'd love to listen in.
Cheers to you. Cheers to Withers. Cheers to all of us.
Something's on my mind.
He's going to kill me, isn't he? Not the big mad bastard. The hamster.
We shall conclude our business with the thief. But have no fear, my friend. Who will save you a dance?
Vou pegar insulina lá.
Good song, good company, and good wine. from the looks of it.
Need to find a way.
Well now. You can make yourself presentable when you have a mind to. Ah, how nice to be understood again. I have spent the past months bickering with builders and bankers, all to restore the city exactly as it was. Same twisting alleys for purse pickers, same wooden buildings ready to get burnt by next year's dragon, same cisterns overflowing, huh? What else? Helping. Whether I ask for it or no. Harpers have come from half the world over to lend aid. Farmers, masons, healers. My own son, Jord, has been wooed to their ranks. Already he plans crop cycles in Worm's Crossing. Not so for my daughter. Ryan's rejoined the Flaming Fist. Temporarily, you understand. To organize the craftsmen. Though she spends more time locking up comrades for pocketing aid funds. They might learn a thing or two if they don't expel her. Again. The beloved ranger? Oh, beloved wherever he goes. Winning all sorts over to our rebuilding efforts. Minsk has the guild and 9 fingers on board. Deep down, it seems even the wicked can be moved to care for the city that made them. Of course, many of the wealthy fled the city when danger struck. Ha! Perhaps the thieves only want to lure them back. But for now, their hands are busy laying bricks. While I hover around. Mistake me not. There is still much to be done. Plans to make, maps to be frowned over. But my children are more than capable of doing it. Even the young ones tire of me peeking over their shoulder. This night offers them a brief respite from me at least. And this place, now I look at it, it is where you all spent your first night together, no? A fine spot for an adventure to begin. A fine spot indeed. Just a little wander, perhaps, to stretch the legs. I'll find my way back, as I always do. I admit defeat. Baldur's Gate is my home. But that is the thing about home. The only way to see it clearly is to leave and look back. For a little while, at least. For all your travels, I hope you have arrived where you want to be. Home. Whatever that means to you. Quite a bit of climbing, then. I have no doubt the Archdruid keeps you active. But perhaps you can spare the details for later. Be well, cub. We will speak again. But first, I must inspect the refreshments. You'll never know. Some ne'er-do-well might have tampered with the wine. I won't send too many letters back to the gate while I'm away. I will try to enjoy solace. But you look disbelieving.
Boom, boom.
You would think someone of my vintage would be inured to the passage of time. Yet these past 6 months have seemed endless without your company. But now, our paths cross once more. We have all pined for each other's company, I sense. I cannot imagine otherwise after what we shared. That bond was forged in a crucible that can never be stoked again, Oak Father willing. It is a bond that can weather any distance, any passage of time. I know it can. For I feel the longing for old friends in my heart each day. I always do. Should I ever decline, assume a doppelganger has taken my place. That was more than worth the wait.
Peter faria isso.
How thoughtless of me. Come here.
Caralho. Beijão, hein? Até pra escutar.
There it is. That is what I've been missing. Now, we have much to catch up on. Do not allow me to ramble on. I am eager to hear all you've been doing. In that case, very well. Our community grows rapidly. In 6 months, we have turned what was once a shadowy wasteland into a true home for all. In another 6 months, I would wager the scars of the past will be entirely invisible, even to those who remember them. The old masonry of Moonrise Towers and Rythwin have been repurposed into new homes. And the land is rich with harvests and bountiful trees. Nature and civilization are in harmony. Stronger together. It is, truly. Though a more complex, evolving beast than I could ever have anticipated. I spoke often of balance before. Only now do I realize the balance is no simple, fixed thing. We welcome folk from all walks of life. Anyone who wishes for a new start. Naturally, it can be chaotic at times, but it is a thrilling sort of chaos. It thrives in ways I could never have dreamed of. Please, spare no details. I shall not lie. I have an ulterior motive in wishing to hear all. It is the children, you see. My charges. Their appetite for bedtime tales is greater than I could ever have anticipated. Another story, Daddy Halsin. Another is the chorus that greets me each nightfall. They have all but exhausted my repertoire in but a few short months. No mean feat given the lifetime I have lived. I desperately need new material, please. My reputation is at stake. I am all ears. Though I never cared for that phrase. A rather unsettling image. You are truly incapable of disappointing. The children shall be wrapped, and have no fear. All due credit shall be given to the tale's originator. Now, it would be cruel of me to hoard you all to myself for the evening, as much as I would like to. I shall leave you to the others for now, unless there was anything else. Quite often. They come and go as they please, but with so many playmates to avail of, they are far from strangers. They ask after you often. What you did for them will never be forgotten. I can see it in the land all around me. But more importantly, I see it in their faces whenever they visit. To make a child smile is to dabble with the power of gods, as far as I'm concerned. On occasion, but I prefer not to interfere. Francesca of the High Forest is Archdruid now, and by all accounts, she has proven to be a steady and wise influence. Even Korga may yet find true balance, thanks to her influence. I spend half my days in Ursine form. The children demanded. I had a score of them taking turns riding upon my back just days ago. I'm glad they are so comfortable with the Oakfather's creations. But they must learn that not all are as amiable as I am. A lesson for another time, though. They deserve some joy. As for roaming, that impulse has dwindled, I must admit. Perhaps because I have found where I am meant to be. As did I, but somehow I feel like I no longer need to roam. That I have found something worthy laying roots for. Amazing what can be discovered about oneself, even at a ripe old age. I was just thinking the very same. If only we could stay like that forever. Before you go, I have something for you. Just a little keepsake, really. Do you remember how I told you I like to whittle? I made this. Ducks are my favorite, but I thought they were particularly fitting in this case. They are migratory birds, of course, traveling far and wide with the turn of the seasons. Yet, they always find their way back to where they belong. Just like old friends find themselves back in each other's company. Just a token to remember me by. Now, I've taken up enough of your time. Go on. Enjoy the festivities. We can speak again later.
Oh, it smells so good here.
All these familiar faces. It's good to see them again.
Perhaps the bard knows something.
Enjoying yourself, I hope. I know. I'll have to stop myself from getting teary-eyed when it's time to say goodbye again. Let's make tonight count. The only regrets I want to hear about come morning should revolve around an excess of carousing and questionable dancing. Oh, did you now? Come on then, out with it. The owlbear! Of course he can come with us. I always regretted we didn't extend the offer after the battle. It was all such a blur. Are you sure he'd want to join? I'm not exactly settled anywhere right now. It could be dangerous at times. All right then. It's settled. The things we'll get up to.
Nossa, cara.
That sounds fun. Why haven't we been doing that? Perhaps I'll shoo the cats out of our room and scatter copper pieces over the bed some evening, and we can play make-believe. It's fine. Already passed. Shal must have sensed I was enjoying myself.
Beijinho pra essa.
You'll seize any opportunity, won't you? But I suppose I've been giving you plenty of encouragement.
Caralho. Tá demais isso aqui, mano. Pelo amor de Deus. Ah, porra.
Why? I feel better already.
Abraçar.
Are you trying to make me sleepy? You know how easily I get lost in your arms. Have fun. Just don't wear yourself out too quickly. I'm anticipating a long night ahead of us.
Thank my old friend. For 2 months I trained the Knights of the Comet. For 2 more I skewered Kithraki bellies. And for 2 more yet, I traveled through Limbo. To see your face, it brings me even more pleasure than taking a Royal Inquisitor's head.
Ah.
We've spilled blood, gained a foothold in the astral, but still we need allies. And one beyond reckoning has made itself known. Zerith Minyaragith. Not a what, but a who. The immortal god king of the Githzerai. An exiled people. Once kin with mine, until the madness of civil war ripped our one sky into 2. Algish sent word of the rebellion to Minyaragith through the cosmos. He's agreed to parley. It's fallen to me to secure an alliance. Exactly the reaction I expected. My blade is keen as ever. But it was you who showed me that a proper victory doesn't always require a razor-sharp edge. Sometimes, a sincere plea is more persuasive than a dagger against the neck. Minyaragith is an ascetic. He reached out in good faith. This is his way. It is in this spirit that I must meet him. And if he refuses, I carry on. Gravity pulls me in but one direction. I am the comet. I will not rest until I burn Vlaakith's bones to ash and smash her phylactery to pieces. My people will be free. But you've heard that refrain before. Zealous, bossy, insistent. All part and parcel of my undeniable charm.
Caralho.
Soon, when the comet has risen, when the Lich Queen has crumbled to dust, I miss this place. More to the point, I missed you. I'll be back one day. The Overgod himself couldn't keep me away. This is nice. Yes. I think that's the right word for it.
Cara, isso é muito gostoso. Vai tomar no cu. Fala com a Sara. Porra, gay, o que você tá isolado aí, porra?
Ah, there you are.
Oh, right. You. Hello. You helped Mr. Dicarios save Baldur's Gate from the Absolute, isn't that right? Well done. Despite my old friend's genius. He'd have blown himself up long ago if not for the help of friends like you and I. You ought to come visit myself and Gale when you're able. If you can extract yourself from what I'm sure are very important responsibilities. We'll send word by pigeon when we've need of you. I used to have a taste for them, but a great many things have changed in recent months. Ta-ta, darling.
Well, well. Look what the Tressim dragged in. Professor Gale Dicarios of Blackstaff Academy. Educator of the esteemed School of Illusion. Pleasure to remake your acquaintance. Well, that was quite lovely. I'm glad you're as pleased to see me as I am you. I have to say, quite grateful to just be Gale for the evening. I fear my students find me somewhat intimidating due to my, explosive former reputation. I seem to put the fear of the gods into them. Or the fear of Mystra, to be more specific. I surrendered the crown of Carsus to her, as I told you I would. And in return, she cured me of the orb at last. Even now, I struggle to put the feelings into words. It was like exhaling for the first time after holding my breath for so very long. Of course, I haven't clarified with my students that the orb is no longer a threat. The legend of my explosive capabilities is an excellent means of controlling a classroom. Too good, if anything. I spend most of my time trying to convince them how much fun the study of magic can be. But it'd be easier to crack a smile on an intellect devourer than some of my pupils. Still, I hoped my students might be a little more open to the playful side of such magic. Oh, they try their best, of course, and they can manage to stay awake.
The cheek of them! Nothing a well-placed swipe from Tara can't fix, though.
And what of you? What are you making of this newfound lease of life we earned? From you, I'd expect nothing less. I've told my students plenty of tales about our escapades. You're something of a hero to them, you know? I'll be delighted to introduce you to my current cohort as a guest lecturer, perhaps. I'm sure they'd have plenty of questions for you. Well, I, for one, can't wait. And I say with some confidence, neither can they. Of course, you'll be most welcome to stay with me in my tower. My apologies, Tara. That would be our tower. It will give us plenty of time to catch up on your adventures. I'm very curious to know what you've been up to these past months. But I suspect the telling of that tale would keep you tied to me all evening. So, in the spirit of selflessness, I encourage you to mix and mingle for now, with time enough to come.
Nossa, cara, por que você tá isolado, eu,
I can't
filha de uma
believe this is
puta?
real. Never thought we'd gather like this again. It's quite... yes. It's really quite lovely.
Hello, darling. I wasn't sure our withered old friend could live up to his promise. But here we are. And you're looking more delicious than ever, if you don't mind me saying. Whatever you've been doing with your time, it clearly worked wonders. Of course. I'd be disappointed with anything less. You always brought a wonderful sense of fun to the world. And where better to celebrate our good fortune? An old haunt with old friends. I've taken a turn as an adventurer and hero. It turns out no one actually cares about murder, as long as you murder the right people. And apparently I'm rather good at it. Let's not get carried away, darling. I'm still me. Perhaps more me than I've ever been. I did at first, but then I realized these shadows, this darkness, it's all a part of me. I spent too long defined by what other people did to me, the choices other people made for me. But that's over now. This is who I am. in all my glory, for better and for worse. That being said, I haven't completely given up on returning to the sun. If the opportunity presented itself, well, I wouldn't say no. But until then, I am happy. We've had quite the journey, you and I. From the moment I first threatened you, I knew you were someone special. Someone to take on the world with. I will miss our time together. But then again, maybe this isn't goodbye. So much as it's, see you later, darling. After everything, this feels nice. A chance to take a breath, metaphorically speaking.
Past made present. I'm glad for it. For this.
Oh, cursed to put my hands on everything.
Nossa, saudade da Carla.
Oh shit. Oh my god! He wasn't kidding. With this, you mad bastard! You brought me back! Soldier. It's really you. I've missed you, man. Like, I've really missed you. And you're so clean. No. Believe me, you shouldn't have. That place is fucking horrible. I wouldn't wish it on you. On anyone. But look, you showed me just how much my life is worth. That there are people out there who really value it. I can hang on in the hells a while longer. Oh, guess what we found? Cambion dropped a map with directions and blueprints for Zariel's own private forge. A fucking forge! Our current plan is to get in, grab a smith, and force him to fix old Rusty. Or maybe give me a brand new model that can live outside of Avernus. You haven't seen the last of old Karlak yet, soldier. You don't need to ask, soldier. I won't be in Avernus forever, you know. Can I look you up when I'm out? That would be kind of fun, though. High stakes hide and seek. Honestly, I'd be
Droga.
curious to see if you could land a blow or two. Gods, is it good to see you again. To be here together. Hard not to get used to it all over again. This won't be the last time. I promise.
Oh, calma.
Look at this place. At us. This is the best party I've ever been to.
I'm glad for it. For this.
Withers has surpassed himself with the musical accompaniment for the evening. I had feared things might be a touch more sedate out here in the wilderness.
Ah, vou aproveitar, né?
Why, I feel better already.
Dá um abracinho.
Are you trying to make me sleepy? You know how easily I get lost in your arms.
Look at this place.
Nossa, a mesma coisa.
Cheers to you. Cheers to Withers.
Ah, oh, meu, não fala muito.
After everything, this feels...
Ó, galera.
This one night is like any other, and yet different. Thou art the savior of Baldur's Gate, until such time it requires saving again. How dost thou feel?
Ai, que fodeu, o que que eu vou colocar?
I am pleased to hear it. The satisfaction of one's intention is, to my surprise, a rare accomplishment. Enjoy the revelry of the day. Thou deservest at least that much. What indeed? Prick up thy ears and listen. The balance of the world restored. The balance of these lives, mortal and otherwise, brought to account. Hear me, thou heroes, wastrels, friends. I have waited long to tell you these words. It is over. For now. Thou played thy part in weaving the fabric of fate itself, but for every thread you sewed, so did the gods unravel another. Sleep, rest, revel, but be ready.
Oh, droga.
For thou mayst yet be needed. Until we meet again, I wish thee every possible fortune, health, wealth, love, and above all, problems worth solving. To you.
Os caras são foda, mano. assistir, porque quero ver essa.
There thou art, the dead three. Thy faces gods, thy actions barely worthy of the name. Didst truly believe thy ploy would succeed? Didst believe I would not notice? Thou soughtst to bolster thy strength by taking away the souls of mortals. But souls vanish when their hosts become mind flayers. Didst think the other gods would not notice? Gods thou may be, yet thou hast proven thyself fools. Everyone. The supplication of Bane, the whimper of Baal, the death mule of Merkel. Felled by mortals, I overestimated thee. They did not. Vermin, away. Thou wilt trouble us no more.
Fica, o negócio é